Go.
Okay. Today what we're going to look at is a comparative analysis of battery terminal protection pads. We're going to look at the difference between the BG pads and then some competitors' pads. We often hear from our competitors as they speak to some of our customers that their products are the same as BG except less expensive, and that isn't always necessarily true. We're going to see that on today's cars, that the smallest amount of corrosion on the battery terminals can cause all kinds of problems, as voltage fluctuations can cause voltage spikes in the computers, in the modules, and can cause a no-start condition. We know that that's the number one reason why AAA is called out, is for no-start conditions with oftentimes just corroded battery terminals. So what can we do to keep battery terminals from getting corroded on today's cars? Well, again, if we look at the difference between the battery pads that we would see amongst our own and some of our competitors, one of the differences between them is that we'll see is the thickness in the pad itself. And while you may think that a thicker pad would be good, the problem with a thicker pad is that it doesn't allow the battery terminal to go down completely onto the battery, and it prevents it from getting a complete connection. So we do want to have a thin pad. And then also, if we see the difference between the pads, these pads themselves are just really nothing more than felt, nothing more than pieces of felt. There's no chemicals at all on these pads that would help resist acids come up from the battery and can get corroded on the battery terminals. But if we see the BG pad, this is full of chemicals that are resistant to the acids flow from the battery up to that battery terminal. And that's going to be critically important, especially as we look at these pads and put some acid on these battery pads and see what happens to these pads after acid is put on them. So what I'm going to do is to simply demonstrate these pads. We'll put a little bit of acid on each of these and see how they do. Again, this is just a comparative analysis between the two. I'm just going to put about 5 drops of concentrated sulfuric acid, similar to what we would see in our batteries. We'll let that soak for a little while, and we'll see what happens. Because if that battery acid can come up through those pads, then it actually didn't do anything to prevent that corrosion from happening on that battery terminal. So if we look a little bit closer without even doing anything, this one here, that acid has eaten straight through that, and you can see right away that acid has eaten through it. And then you can see on this one, with just a little bit of effort putting on that it's almost completely eaten through. Whereas with the battery, with the BG battery pad, it hasn't even been affected at all by that acid. You can see that it's not coming apart at all. Again, the competitors are coming apart very easily, and this one ate right through it, but the BG pad is still holding up well. So again, this is just a comparative analysis between these different companies and the battery pads. I always encourage you to get the best products for your car. Go to bgproducts.com or BG Find a Shop and find a place that has BG products.